Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Faith and Forex. May you prosper and be in good health as your soul prospers. Let's go. All right, so this is an update for where I think Gbpjpy will be headed for the upcoming week. Again, I was supposed to upload a video last week which was supposed to be a midweek update. However, I was not feeling well, still not 100%, but I have to be consistent. All right, so let's go. On the monthly time frame, Gbpjpy is in an uptrend. As you can see, no major levels has been broken as yet. All right, so on the monthly, clear signs of an uptrend. The only thing I can say I've observed really is that we have ended November with a bearish engulfing candlestick, which may indicate that there's definitely going to be further movements to the downside before Gbpjpy takes that bullish movement again. All right, so on the monthly, if we're supposed to mark out some areas, these peaks are just averages of maybe where wicks has gone over a few months. All right, so this I would consider to be that major low, higher low for on the monthly time frame. Price has not broken this area. However, I do believe that price will come into this area before pushing to the upside again or taking on that bullish move. Okay, so we can mark this area. All right, so just in this area, we're expecting price to come as low as maybe 84, 184, 184.5, just to be safe. All right, so we're expecting price to get back into those areas before making that bullish move. All right, so on the weekly is where I will actually take overall direction. So on the weekly, again, I will still say that Gbpjpy is bullish just because it has not taken out any major lows. This area, which we'd consider to be a low, just around here, Gbpjpy has not broken that area, so we're still considering it to be in an overall uptrend. So on the weekly time frame, not sure where my box went just now, I would say that Gbpjpy is still bullish. All right, and again, as you can see, if price does get into this box, wick or just above, we're looking at a very beautiful double bottom pattern on the weekly to bring us back to the upside. So that's definitely something to look forward to. On the daily time frame, we'd say that Gbpjpy on the daily is bearish, and the reason I'm going to say it's bearish are two reasons. First reason is, if we should take a look just in this area, we can see Gbpjpy forming lower lows and lower highs. All right, and also it took out this area just across from here that we could consider to be a major higher low area. All right, so Gbpjpy would have taken on that form, higher high, all right, higher low, higher high, higher low, gave us a nice double top pattern, broke that previous low, went and retested in that area, and now has created a major lower low, taking out this previous low or higher low across from here. All right, so on the daily time frame, it is definitely going to be bearish. All right, let me just clear my screen. Let's look on the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, no major structure has been broken. Yes, you could consider this area to have been taken. They did take out this area, all right, which is technically one of those minor lower high areas. Took us down here, broke that, retested. However, it is still struggling to break this area, which is still one of those higher low areas. So on the 4-hour, I'm definitely going to say Gbpjpy is bearish. And the reason I also said it's bearish, if you could just zoom in a little bit, you can see where Gbpjpy created this higher low and took it out with a very bold 4-hour candlestick. All right, so on the 4-hour, I'll definitely say it is bearish. Now, what am I looking for entries and maybe what will happen over the next week? All right, so on the 4-hour time frame, I did observe that Gbpjpy, I was hoping would get back to 193 before doing that retracement. So if we should get, I'm gonna take it from this area here, all right, which is the previous low. This is a major high, lower high. Now I was hoping that Gbpjpy would get back into 193. All right, let me just change that to my major. All right, so I was hoping that Gbpjpy would get back into this 193 area there, about anywhere between 193 and 194. I was hoping for Gbpjpy to get into this area. Still very valid areas, for especially for that downtrend. Gbpjpy could come into this area and then give us that new lower low that we want. All right, however, it has not gone into this area. As you can see, price has rejected this area several times. Also, price broke through and never really retested what I'd call 192.717. all right, so it broke completely, never really gave a strong retest as with the other cases. So I was hoping that price would get into that area, but it didn't. Now I'm looking at two scenarios for the coming week. Scenario number one, which is my preferred scenario, is, as you can see, price did struggle to break this area. So if price does come into this area, let me just mark it off on the 4 hour as to why it's a very strong area, a very strong key level. All right, so price did get into this area several times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, did not break that area. So I'm looking for price anywhere between Monday or Tuesday to get back into this area. All right, and then it could possibly give us that new lower low that we want, just around 187. I'm looking for price to get to 187 by midweek. All right, and there are reasons why I chose 187. As you can see, we did choose that area on a higher time frame. Also, if you should mark it out on the 4 hour, price would have gone to this area and rejected it several times. All right, so that was resistance, resistance, support, resistance, just around 187. Yeah, just around here. So it can come as low as 187. It doesn't have to come there. It might go as low as 185. I just want to confirm that using my Fibonacci retracement tool about the negative 27%. Now I'm gonna draw my Fib tool just around this previous area that it failed to break and this new low. All right, and let's observe where that area would be exactly, and that's going to be exactly 186.8. all right, so I'm marking off that area as my TP1 for next week. Definitely looking for price to get into that area. All right, even though it's a little bit deep, if you want to take 187.5, that's completely fine, or 187. To be honest, I'm going to even look at 187 preferably, even though 187.700 is a very good area as well. So anywhere between here, we're looking for our TP. All right, however, this is what I'm looking for in terms of entry price to give me that double bottom. All right, if I should draw just a minor Fib retracement tool on the 1 hour, there you would have it just around there. Price would hit to the 78.6, maybe the 61.8, or maybe just between. As soon as I start seeing bearish structure, I see my candlestick pattern, I see any form of exhaustion around this area, I'm going in for the sell. All right, it could come as low as 190.2. that could be your TP1. Let's look at that in terms of pip count. If it does come around anywhere this area gets into 190.2, we're looking at 161 pips, which is pretty good. All right, then we could wait for that retest of the breakout structure, and then we could look into TP2, which is another 50 pips, TP3, which is another that's gonna be what, 60 pips, 50 thereabout, which is just at the Fibonacci again. Or we could wait for it to hit that 400 pips. I do think it might make this 400 pip move coming into next week, just at around 187. All right, which is lower than this. Let's look. All right, so 187, that's quite a number of pips. guys. Normally it does a 400 to a 500 pip move. You can check it out for the week or what happened last week. This was about, yeah, quite a number of pips. Yeah, maybe 500 pips. I think this week ended somewhere around there. I'm not quite sure. All right, so it's maybe around 500 pips. So if it does do that on the 1 hour, I'll be looking to, you know, scale in, take some profits just around these areas as I continue to go down. All right, so again, if it doesn't do that, say this is just it did not break this low, so say it is just faking out just around here, and it does go above to break this previous high, I will be definitely waiting for that break. All right, that higher low just around there, a complete break of structure, and possibly a retest to get into this area. Now I'll be looking for price to get anywhere into this area and start to give me that bearish momentum, maybe break structure, retest, and then I'll definitely be looking for sells way into this area. All right, so we're going to observe. I'll give you a midweek update as to what I think is going to happen based on any changes that may take place. All right, but for now, just observe the areas. Let me just make a note. All right, so scenario 1, I'm looking for Gbpjpy to get into this yellow box just around here. All right, so that's going to be 191, between 191 and 192. I don't know why my box keeps disappearing. All right, so my area of interest for sells, it's gonna be between 191 and 192. My overall TP is just around 187. But for now, let's keep TP1 at, all right, so you could take it at this previous low just around there. I'm hoping price will break it, so TP1 being 190. If you want a safe exit, all right, and you don't really want any form of retracements, we're looking for TP1 to be 190. TP2 definitely being this previous low, which is around 188. And then TP3, 187. All right, so that's what I'll be looking for. If it doesn't do that, if it breaks beyond this box, break this previous high, I'm looking for price to get to 192, 600, retest in this area, which is 190, before it gets to 193 or 194. All right, so if for scenario 2, I'm going to be watching that uptrend until it gets to maybe 193 to 194, thereabout, and then I can figure out what will happen from there. However, my main bias is going to be sells just around this area. If that doesn't happen, I'll definitely do a midweek update as to what I think will happen. But we're definitely looking at these areas, all right, for the coming week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming on. Be blessed, and you'll hear from me during the week. Bye bye.